So, with no further ado, we're going to get started. We're serious about the Hampshire business, and we've got a great set of Hampshire boars I want to introduce to you. The first boar we're going to lead off with is Cell Block. Cell Block was bred by Rick Fogel at Isla Grande Farms. He is an outlaw times a cicada. Cell Block was a boar that Tom had seen actually as a young pig, a 6-month-old pig at Fogel's. Tom was was at Stony Creek at the time, and Tom called me and he said, "Hey Doc, you got to breed sows to this boar." Tom tried to buy the boar. He and Doc Hendrickson tried to buy him and could not get him bought. Well, as many of you know, Rick and Joanne have retired from the hog business in terms of raising hogs, and we were fortunate enough to get Cell Block bought. He has sired the champion Hampshire Gelded at Duncan this last fall. He sired the champion Hampshire Barrow at Hamburg. We have a set of Cell Block pigs on the ground right now that are like no other. We've never been more excited about the Hampshire business, and we are excited about Cell Block and thrilled to bring him out to open up our board preview this year. He does have a 93% on his breed composition. He is priced at $150 a dose. If you buy a 10-dose contract, you can buy that for $125 a dose. This is Cell Block.
Just flip that thing. Yeah, whatever you do, don't turn it on. Yeah, you're on it. I'll trade.
It's the first time I've ever been heard in a room before. I'll start this evening on this Hampshire boar. And those of you that know me, I don't normally get very excited about Hampshires, and I've probably been hard on them in my short career probably to a fault on some of those things. And the last 6 months, I've been probably more excited about the opportunities that this boar and two or three others to come in behind him offer. So that being said, when we went to Rick's dispersal sale and sit back in there and walk in that old barn where he was, he stood up, turned around one time, and I was hoping and praying he was a crossbred. And when it turned out he was a Hampshire, in my mind that made that even better. That thing to me, besides the fact he's a Hampshire, has like a crossbred rear leg. He uses rear legs like a crossbred. He comes at you like a crossbred. Nothing to me reads traditional Hampshire problems in that boar. And to me, that's about as exciting as it gets. An old mature boar to maintain that kind of look, that kind of shape to his skull, that kind of mass and density, and still continue to use all four corners the right way. Pastern strength's good, hip and hind leg hold up and connections all right. Get right up on that guy, and the way he puts his ham loin and his back and all that things in the proportions is extremely good to me. I was this morning actually, and I don't ever do this. I'm out trying to promote Hampshire boars, and again it's exciting for me. I think it's exciting for folks who have Hampshire sows, and don't limit yourself to just Hampshire sows. The biggest complaint I hear from anybody is, what are we going to do about our crossbreds that won't eat and consume a feed, and why do I have a litter of 12 and 11 of them are terrible? Reach in here and use a boar like this, because this guy's better than the average crossbred boar by a whole lot. He's better than most of them, to be honest, if you go look at him. So don't be afraid to reach in and do something different and put this guy in your good crossbred sows, or your crossbred sows that need some go behind, need some reach, some grab, need to use their rear leg better. I think that thing will do that extremely well. As far as his breed composition, you can use him on lots of variations of percentages of Hampshire sows. But again, I think the real value in him past the Hampshire days is what you can do with him in a crossbred program. Because again, I'll challenge you to find a hole in that guy that won't allow your crossbreds to get better. The best thing is your litters will get better, their consistency will get better, they will get up and go to a feeder and eat. Hogs that are made like that do not sit and nibble and pick at feed. That's a pretty good one, guys. So that's my thoughts on him. Again, I've tried to promote him to lots of people. If you're on the Hampshire side, again, if your breed composition's right, you can reach in and use him on lots of different ways. He's about like I felt when we brought business in. He was one that you just kind of reel back and stick him in sows and heat and see what happens. I think that's what Doc and the boys have done here on their Hampshire sows, and I would encourage you to do the same thing.
Scott and I aren't going to double talk all the boars, but I think this one deserves a little extra time in the ring here. And when I came in this morning and looked through the the boars, and we got each of them out and looked at them, and this one came out, and I think Doc and Tom both can tell you my jaw dropped open. I'm not sure I was on tour for the next 2 or 3 boars because I kept looking back in this guy's pen. And then I find out he's a purebred Hampshire. I'm telling you, get in your truck and drive around and try to find a Hampshire boar that's better. You know, he's probably one of my favorite boars here, and there's a heck of a set of boars back here in the barn. And when one hits you like that one hits me, it doesn't happen often, but you just get a funny feeling in the back of your neck because you don't see quality hogs like that every day. This boar's 93% purebred Hampshire. He is one that can move you. You know, Scott covered all the basics on him. You can see what he does in rib shape and how unique he is, and his pin set and his hind leg and all those things. But when you talk about making crossbred hogs and you talk about winning bear shows, the judge, and I judged a few of them myself, the judge gets on top of that hog and views him behind that blade, and if they've got a Hampshire top, and that's the only place you can get it, I sell additives too, and you can't make hogs look like that without having that Hampshire top that he's got in him. He's broad in his back and square out of his blade, and this one here will blow you away when you get on top of him. He's a mature boar. He's not 350 pounds, and he's still got that top. And the only way you can get it is put purebred Hampshire hogs in your crossbreds. And you get one with a skeleton like that, watch out, you're going to win a lot of bear shows.
This is cell block. Good.